Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another videos. Today we are going to discuss about Harry Kane, Victor Osimhen and Mohammed Kudus. Recently, Eric Ten Hag, from the multiple reporters, Eric Ten Hag has been so much admiring, Mohammed Kudus from Ghana and Ajax because this guy has been performing so much. He even scored twice for Ghana national team in the World Cup. So this is fantastic, another talented guy for Eric Ten Hag, and he's monitoring to sign in summer. So let's discuss about that. So first of all, let's talk about a Harry Kane. So this is coming from the Alex Cross. So he said Manchester United are keen to sign Kane, but no persuading Daniel Levine to sell Premier League rival will be a challenge, even if Spurs miss out on a Champions League football, which means even if we are trying to sign, Harry Kane, Daniel Levine must, deny our offer because he doesn't want to lose his best players to other Premier League rivals, especially the Big Six. So this is the problem for Harry Kane, because Harry Kane deserves so much better. Harry Kane has been one of the best, striker in the Premier League history, and he's been scoring loads of goals, but he haven't achieved nothing. So this is pity for Harry Kane, and this is why because of Daniel Levine, because this guy doesn't want to sell. Harry Kane deserves to play for Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, or whichever club is it. He deserves, to claim the trophies. He deserves to win the trophies. He deserves to be successful. Now, at the moment, he played for Spa. What did he do? He scored loads of goals. What did he achieve? Nothing. Just goal scoring records. Goal scoring records will not make you a successful player, a career. Trophy will make you carry, a successful career. That's why, Harry Kane need to leave Tottenham Hotspur. He needs to leave. He needs to go. Not only because of I'm a Manchester United. He needs to go to Manchester United because Manchester United is building so much better under Eric Ten Hag. Unfortunately we lost 7-0 the other day, but it was over. We have to move on. So that's why Harry Kane should be moving to Chelsea or Manchester United or Bayern Munich like that, because those clubs are very suitable for him. Manchester City had Erling Haaland and Julian Alvarez. Liverpool has loads of center forwards, and Chelsea, Manchester United, they don't have them. They don't have a center forward. That's why both teams are trying to sign Harry Kane and the other striker in the Europe top 5 leagues. That's why Harry Kane needs to leave. If Harry Kane want to achieve any trophy, he should leave Tottenham Hotspur. Look at the other Spurs player. They are leaving. They are achieving. They are not even good at they are not even good in playing like Harry Kane, but they are more successful than Harry Kane. That is why, because they leave Tottenham Hotspur. Harry Kane need to leave Tottenham Hotspur, even though Daniel Levine is trying to deny the offer from the Premier League Big Six rival clubs. He need to let Harry Kane go. The player has to make a choice. Unfortunately, if he decided to stay Tottenham Hotspur, he's gonna end up without winning any trophy, except on goal scoring records. He is one of the finest striker in the world football, and he has been performing and he has been in the list of one of the greatest striker in the Premier League history. Yes, it is. He is that good. Yeah, I said it. But the problem is, if you want to be involved, those kind of player talks, you need to win. You need to be successful. But you are not successful, and you won't be successful if you continue to stay at Tottenham Hotspur. That is what it is. It's painful for Tottenham Hotspur, but it is what it is. We all know that. So I think Harry Kane needs to leave. Harry Kane is targeted by Manchester United. So I'm gonna move on. This is coming from the Melissa Reddy from the Sky Sport. She says there is an obvious reasons for Harry Kane attraction from Manchester United, not least rekindling the offensive chemistry with the Christian Eriksen. But my understanding is that ideally United would like a younger, dynamic profile there as a first prize Osimhen. I think it is a quite is quite understandable, because when we talk about signing a player, signing a quality player, we have to look at for the long term. That is the priority. We cannot sign a player with using a lot of money for just 2 years, 3 years. We can, because when you are planning to spend 100 million euros, you need to spend on the right player, at least who can play 4 or 5 seasons for your club. And then if he performing 5 consecutive seasons, that is what you want it. Because in this modern football day, there is no such a player. There is only few player who deserve their price tag. Now is over, the inflation, the overpricing has been all along in the Euro top finally. If a player scored 20 goals per season at the first season of his life, these guys are getting demanding from his club for 100 million for transfer price, and then they pay, and then the next season what happened, the players are finished and he only worth like a 20 million euros. That is what it is. So I think if we are trying to sign a striker and we are planning to spend 100 million euros at least, it should be Harry Kane or it should be Vidal Osimhen. The reason I said Harry Kane is because Harry Kane can play whichever he wants, because Harry Kane under Erik ten Hag would be on fire. He can score the goals, he can play the build-up, he can create the chances, he can make a crosses, he can provide the assist, he can play the link up with the wingers, he can play the hold-up, he can score inside the box, he can score at the from the edge of the box, he can do everything. The only question when it comes to signing Harry Kane is his age. He's nearly 30 years old and we are trying to spend 100 million euros. Is it worth it? Maybe it will become like a Robin van Persie era. We spend or we sign him for a short time, but we were successful. Maybe who knows? Maybe Harry Kane can be his longevity will be his longevity could make him play next or 5 or 6 years. We don't know. 35 years old is in this modern day. 35 years old is nothing. Luka Modric is performing as a midfielder at the 38. Zlatan Ibrahimovic is now stay the player of AC Milan, which the club is playing in the Euro top 5 league, and he's a 42, right? 40 or 42, I'm not sure. I can remember. So what I mean by is modern football player for 30 years of age is nothing. But of course, if you can sign it without OCM rather than Harry Kane, you might have a chance to use him next decade, right? That is the difference between Harry Kane and Vidal Osimhen. Vidal Osimhen young, dynamic. Harry Kane is more perfect player, but he is 30 years old age. So that is the only difference between Harry Kane and Vidal Osimhen. So in my personally, if we are trying to use 100 million or 120 million euros, let's go for it for Vidal Osimhen. If we cannot sign or if we cannot pay Vidal Osimhen for 120 million euro, we should sign for 80 million pounds for Harry Kane. I think it will be deserved. I think it will be worth it, because he has experience, Premier League experience. He is one of the finest strikers in the world football. That's why I think Erik ten Hag, under Erik ten Hag, Harry Kane can be one of the most dangerous striker in the world football. Okay, so let's move on. The other thing is, this is coming from the LS Crocs. Okay, he says Erik ten Hag has also put Ajax attacker Mohammed Kudus, who scored twice for Ghana, the World Cup in Qatar, on his list of the summer targets. So when we try to sign the players in the summer, there is the really important thing that we need to realize. That is which position is the most priority for Manchester United. The reason why I said this is because we cannot spend 400 million euros. We cannot spend 300 million euros. If we want to spend 200 million euros, we need to make sure that we can be guaranteed in Champions League football, at the Champions League football in the Premier League football at the end of the season. We can win another trophy at least, and then we can set our senior player who will not be involved. Everything has future system, future plan, and then it gonna be like making around 150 or 200 million euro, and then we're going to sign for the player 200 million euro. Let's talk about the 200 million euro. 120 million for Vita Ocean, 85 million for Frank de Jong. Boom, you got nothing out of 200 million euro. That's it. So if you are trying to sign the other player who are not priority for Manchester United, there will be risks that breaking the FIB rules. If we break the FIB rule, we are screwed. We are screwed up. Okay, I don't want that to happen. I don't want to spend another 300 million in the summer. I don't want Manchester United to spend another 300 million next summer, because we already spent 200 million in the futures in the past summer, in the summer, last summer. So I don't think it is the right thing to do, spending around 300 million in next summer. We need to sign anonymous players. We need to sign anonymous and quality players. So you don't need to choose always like a superstar player. You have to make, you have to provide this young man, because we don't want to spend another millions of euros. That's why I think we should try to sign Vita Ocean and central midfield first. I don't think Mohammed Kudus position is Manchester United's priority one, because we have a Bruno Fernandes. If we can sign, for example, Frankie de Jong is going to play alongside Casemiro. So Bruno Fernandes needs, if he needs a relaxed time, if he needs a rest time, there is a player who can play excellent football in his position. Yes, Eriksen. So that's why I don't think Mohammed Kudus is one of the one priority summer signing should be, because we don't need him as a priority. He's a fantastic player. Okay, let me read out some more his status. He's a fantastic player. Okay, he plays 23 games in the in the Eredivisie, and he scored 10 goals and provided 1 assist. So in this 2022-2023 season, he played total of 34 matches, and scoring 17 goals and providing 4 assists. That is insane for a 22 years old attacking midfielder, right? So I think yes, he has been doing fantastic at Ajax. The problem is we don't need him as a priority one. Our priority is how can I say, center forward and midfielder. That is our priority one. That is what it should be. That is what we are going to sign in the summer as a priority. That's what I believe. So I don't know about you guys. So what do you think about this situation, guys? Make sure on the comment below. Thanks for watching, guys.